This is Daniel Wilson with CIT 336 showing off enhancement number 5. Yes, enhancement number 5. And the first objective is to make sure that the product view and category view validate both HTML and CSS. So here is the category view, and we're going to validate the HTML. And that is looking good there. Now let's go back and let's validate the CSS. And no errors there, so we're valid. Now we're going back to validate the HTML for the new product. And that is looking good, and we're going to validate the CSS for the new product, which should be the same because it's all referencing the same CSS file. So there it is. Now let's go back and start with the new category view. We have some HTML browser side validation, because if I put nothing here, the browser prompts me to fill out that field. Now if I click on no validate to override that and click add, it lets me go through. It overrides the browser side validation, but it gives me the message that no categories were added. So that appears to be working just fine. Let's go back here to the product view and do some testing here. We have first the HTML browser side validation. If I just click submit, it's going to ask me to enter something in here. So nitroglycerin. Product description, explosive liquid. As I go through here, the price can be a decimal. So I can give like $4.56 on that one. This one cannot be a decimal, so there's some. If I try and submit that, it's going to tell me that this value is invalid. It needs to be an integer, so let's just do 7. Let's try and submit that. It says, please enter a value. So as we go down here, these are integers. And I can hit, and this is the scripting, or the HTML client-side validation. If I override that by clicking the no validate and try and submit this form, we'll see a couple of things happen. First thing we'll see happen is it prompts us to fill out empty form fields and does not enter into the database. Second thing we notice that happens is the forms are sticky. The form fields are sticky, so anything I entered in is staying there, even though there's still things that need to be entered in, including if I choose a category. Let's go to explosives here and go ahead and submit that form. Now we're back to the HTML rendered page. So if I go to no validate to override the HTML validation and go to the server validation, it's going to say, hey, you didn't finish all these. Please fill them out, but the drop down is still here. Okay, so that's functioning as it should. Then I can go down and finish this. Let's go to Phoenix. The vendor is oops. I don't know. Explosives. I'm struggling with this. Are us. And it is clear liquid, comma liquid. There we go. Now we have everything submitted. We have successfully added the new product. Let's go to the database and check it out. It should be the one at the bottom. There it is, nitroglycerin, explosive liquid. And then we have the inventory price, which is a decimal number, and the inventory stock are integers, location, everything's there. Everything's there, so that's good. Now let's look at my NetBeans, and I'll show you the functions PHP. So we see first of all that we have the function to filter the email. We have the function to check the password and hash that. And then here's the dynamic nav function that was created right here. Okay. And in place of the nav list variable on each view, come to the index, this is what we have calling that function to display the navigation. And we have that on all the indexes. There's the accounts index. And there is the products index, calling it right there. And the result, of course, is that we have that dynamic navigation view on every. We have the dynamic navigation on every view. So here is the products view, and then we can go just back to Acme and see that it's on the home view, and that it's also on the account view here. And I think that'll do it for my enhancement number 5. Thank you very much.